Now let's say I want to display item data also. Display item data also. Display the project data now. If I have to display the item data also, how I will display there? How am I going to display there? So first thing you need to understand, if I go to this layout again, layout, I believe it has been logged out. Let me reopen. You need to reopen. First, release log. Change. Let's go to SAT screen. Yeah, under screen, go for layout. So if I had to display my employee data, I simply created these fields and using them easily I am displaying it. But if I have to display my item data, is it possible to display in these fields? Because my item data contains multiple rows. Is it possible here? No, it's
No.
not possible here. So for the same purpose, we have table control with wizard. Table control is used to display data in form of table, that is rows and columns format. So you can simply create a table control with wizard from here. Click on it and create a box. But before that, there is something mandatory. If you want to create the table control with wizard, first we will need to define all the things. So get back, activate. I will define my item structure here. I'm going to simply define it. Begin of ty project. I will add all the columns. Type project id. Type project id. Project name. Type project name. End of ty project. And I will simply create the internal table and work area for it. So lt project type table of ty project. I will go for its declaration work area ls project type ty project. Okay, let's activate it. Now we will go and design our table control. So layout, table control with wizard. I will create a box here. Automatic option comes. We just need to go for it. Continue. Give the name of your table control. So let's say I'm naming it control 01 or 02. Continue. Select the internal table which you want to display here. LT project. Select the work area. LS project. Continue. Select the fields that you want to display. Continue. Continue. Yes, I will allow scrolling. Continue. Continue and complete. See, it has been automatically created. If there will be multiple rows, everything will automatically come here, right? Everything will automatically come. So we just need a data in LT project internal table. Everything by default system is going to store here. We don't need to do anything. By default system will store. Save, go back and check. In the screen number now you are going to see lots of logic has been written automatically. Automatic logic, lots of logic has been written here automatically, right? Lots of logic has been written here automatically. So let's activate, go back to our program, activate it. Now in this PAI, after this I will simply bring the data for LT project. So if LT employee is not initial, I will display the item data. So and if select employee ID, project ID, project name from my table name into table LT project for all entries in LT employee where EMP ID is equal to LT employee. This is how we create, right? Same way we write the logic for all entries. I will simply bring the data from the item table. Activate it and just check it. Execute direct processing. See, I'm going to write some logic. Can you see item data, header data? And we have allowed the scrolling option here. So if there will be multiple data, we can scroll it below also. 03, 104, 105. So this is the option of table control with wizard. Is it clear?
Yes.
These things are very old concept. Like in the current world, if you talk about S4 HANA, nobody uses that much. But we must have the idea how these things have been designed. That's why I thought let's have a discussion on that also. Okay. So this is our first program. Now let's create one more program here so that we can see some more topics of module pool. I'm going for the second one. Module pool program. Yeah, module pool. Save. Oh, package. Go to SAT. Same thing here. So let's say I'm designing one more screen here. Right click, create screen. One more screen. Similarly, you can design lots of screen here. It's totally up to you. Screen 100. I'll go for it. Save button. Now what I will do, same to same. Let's create a transaction code. Create a transaction code 02. This time module pool program. Let's say second program. I will give the name of program here and I will give my screen number. Screen GUI support. Save it. Okay, pretty simple. Activate it. I'll go and design the same to same thing there also. So first PBO, let's create buttons there. Master program. Yeah, PF status. I'm going to give a back button there also. Employee and title bar also. emp employee data. I will enable the function keys back. And I'll give a title bar. Employee details. Okay, I will simply activate it. Now go to PAI and bring the logic, double click. Yes, master program. I will simply write the logic. If SciUcom is equal to back and if leave to previous screen, so leave to screen 0. Activate it. If SciUcom equals to back, activate and execute. New window. Yeah, it's working. So normal designation. Let's design the same thing. Here also text field, employee ID, a text field also. So employee ID. One input field also. This will be my again table name. Hyphen employee ID. Yes. A submit button. Submit button. Double click on the submit button and create a function code here. Submit. And then I will simply display all these fields from my table name. So employee tab, get from dictionary, select the field's name. Okay, save it, go back and activate it. Activate it. We're gonna write the logic also. So let's go and bring that from the previous code. We have already written that. Declaration part, and then you can simply design the internal table part. Okay, then if SciUcom is equal to submit, I will display it. SciUcom is equal to submit. Let's display the same thing. We don't need the item one, just remove that part. Rest everything is same. Okay, activate, execute. 101. Yes, we are getting the data. So now with this, we will have some next topic which we have to discuss. That's why I have designed this screen. Topic number 1. At exit command. At exit command. At exit command. So at exit command is there. Now just think what is going to happen. Once you have asked me to make a field mandatory, right? In the backend, when you went there, you have did the same thing. You made the field mandatory. Same thing we can do here on the layout. We just need to make it required or mandatory. Same stuff. Go there. Now in the function type, not function type here. In the program, yeah, in the program. Here it is possible. Now you can make it required. So it will become mandatory there. Question mark is automatic coming. It will become mandatory now. It will not pass anything. Your screen is not going to move anywhere. Activate it, execute, direct processing. And I'm not passing anything, clicking on any button. Can you see it is mandatory? Can you see it is mandatory? Even the back button is also not working, right? Nothing will not work until you are passing some input here. For the same purpose, at exit command is here. So at exit command is used to leave the current screen without automatic input checks taking place. Input checks taking place. It is simply used to leave the current screen. So if I am going for this back button, can you see nothing is happening? But I want this should work. I want this should work even if I am not giving any input. But because of this recommended, this all screen has been stuck. If you will try to do anything, it will only give you message, please fill out all the required mandatory things. Fill out everything here. It is just going to give here. So we are required to use this at exit command. You are required to use this at exit command. So what I will do, I will go back and I'm going to create a button, or I will simply change the property of my back button. Where is my back button? This one is also moving. Why it is still loading? This one is also loading. Okay, let's go from here. Now we need to release the lock again. No lock, that's perfect. Let's see 38 to change. So I will simply make this button back one as exit command. So go for your screen 100, module status 100, go for PF status because I need to enable that back button. Function code, double click on the function code. What kind of function it is? Normal application function, right? Normal application function it is. So now what we will do, we'll make it exit command. Exit command. Okay, just make it exit command. This will work. So save and activate. Go back. Our back button is there. So I will go to my PBO again and I will create a module for my exit command. I'm going to simply create a module here. Module exit command. I'm naming it exit command. This is a user defined module, and then we will use the keyword at exit command. So whatever logic you are going to write here for all the buttons that you have made at exit command type, this logic is going to trigger. This logic is going to trigger. So I want this logic to be if SciUcom is equal to back, it will take me back. It will take me back. So activate, execute, direct processing. I am going for back button. See, it's working now. Rest nothing will work, but this one is working. If you go for submit, it is giving input. If you go for any other buttons, it will give you the same message that please fill out the required entity fields. But since we have made this at exit command, because of at exit command, we are able to get back to previous screen without any input check taking place. Okay, this is the use of at exit command. Then we have chain and end chain. So we have another one, chain and end chain, chain and end chain. They are used for they are used to validate the input field. Do you remember how do we do the validation? We give the error message, right? If the input is not correct, we check it and we give the error message.
Mm-hmm.
We had add selection screen in classical report, which we were using. We had add selection screen in case of classical record report, which we were using to do the validation and all this part. So if I go there, this is the logic I have written. So what I can do, if LT employee is not is initial, if it is empty, is initial, let's say I'm displaying a error message. Message employee ID is not correct. Employee ID is not correct. I'm displaying a error message. Type E error. Now just think what is going to happen if I'm going to give a wrong input there. Activate, execute. Let's say I'm passing 111, which is not in the table. Submit. Can you see everything has changed to read mode?
Mm-hmm.
Everything has changed to read mode. But is this a good user interface? If I have given a wrong input here, it should give me an option to change it also.
Mm-hmm.
So if you will give any error message, automatically your field is going to change to read mode. That is why chain and end chain concept is there. Whatever fields you are going to include inside the chain and end chain, those fields will not change to read mode. This is used for validating the input field. We validate the input given by the user using chain and end chain. We validate the input given by the user using chain and end chain. Okay, so just go to 100 and we will declare a chain and end chain here. In the PAI, let's declare it chain and chain. In it, we will use field keyword. We will give the name of the field. What is the name of my field? My field is table name, empid. This is my field, and again I will create a module for it. Let's say I'm naming it validate. If you want to validate multiple fields here, you can give comma and you can add all the fields. I just want to validate my input field, so I'm just going for this thing. Okay, double click, yeah, master program, and okay. So now here I will write the logic, all this part, just copy it, and I'm going to remove this thing from here. I will give this message here now. So this is going to be triggered when you are going to click on that validation part. This is going to trigger when you are going to click on the validation part. Activate it, activate, and check it. Execute, new window, giving wrong input, submit. See, employee ID is not correct, still we are getting this, right? We can change it. Rest everything is changed to read mode, right? Rest everything is changed to read mode, but this is not changing. We can give input now. So chain and end chain validation used for input validation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
used for input validation. Then we have process on value request and process on help request. Let's see that one by one. 100. Go for a process on value request. Process on value request. Process on value request, and give the name of your field. So field, my input field, employee tab, and I will create it. Again, module is mandatory. So module, let's say I'm naming it F4 help. Okay, simple creation of module. Activate. Double click on the module, create it. Yes, it do not exist. Master program. Okay. I will simply put a breakpoint here now to check even if it is triggering or not. Activate it and simply going to execute it. So execute, new window. Click on F4. See, it is hitting. It is hitting. So I just need to write the logic and it will be displayed. Okay. I will write the logic. So I will create my structure here. To bring the data, I need internal table. So TYEMP, I just want to display my employee ID, let's say. So employee is only one column in it. Or let's say I want to add two columns. Type employee name and of TY underscore EMP. This is my structure declaration. I will declare the internal table. Data LTEMP type table of TY underscore EMP, right? I will write the logic. So select EMP ID, EMP name from my table name, employee underscore tab into table LT underscore EMP. So all the data will be stored into LTEMP. I just want to display it in F4 help, right? So F4 help, you need to understand this thing. Let's give a proper heading. F4 help for binding internal table data with F4 help. With F4 help, we use F4 if int table value request function module. This is a standard function module. We just use it to bind our internal table with our F4. Go to it and call it this function module here. Pattern, pass, call it, pass everything here. This is my returning field. Employee ID is its name of table. So employee ID. Then program name, we pass the system variable scirep ID, which is for program name. Then screen number, system variable will be scidynnr, current screen number. Then we'll pass the field name, my table. What is the name of field here that we have created? Z employee tab hyphen EMP ID. This is the name of field we have created here. Same to same thing, right? Then value organization is also mandatory. We need S, one keyword S. And in the value tab, just pass your table name. So LTEMP and comment the exceptions. Okay, let's check it. Yeah, it's done. Go and check it out. Activate, execute a new window. F4 help. Can you see? Two columns I have added in the internal table. Same to same thing is coming here. Right? Just binding the internal table data with function module. I'm getting my F4 help. Any question here?
No, no question.
Okay. So this is your process on value request to display the value data. Then we have F1 help. F1 help here. So F1 help. F1 help. F1 help used to display. It is used to display the technical information, right? Technical characteristics of a column. And whenever you go for any F1 help, did you have ever noticed that a business document is always opened? If you go for any F1 help, F1, a business document is always opened, right? So we will have to create our business document. Business document is created. This document is created in SC61 T code, transaction code. It is created in SC61 transaction code. So we first need to create our business document. Go for it. /n SC61. Select the general text in the document class. Here general text, where it is. Lots of things are there. We just need to display text. So I'm going for general text. I will give a name here. So let's say Z employee data. Create button. Write something that you want to display. So let's say I'm writing enter employee ID, length is 3 characters. Okay, I want to display this thing. I will save it. It is done. Just go back, copy its name, and again we will need a function module here. Same to same thing to bind this data with our input field. So help object show is the function module. Help object show is used to bind the document data to the field. It is used to bind it. Just go there, go to your previous program and the screen. Now go for the last event here, process on help request. Use the field, again same to same, field name, employee, tab, MPID. Okay, module F1 help this time. F1 help. Double click on F1 help. Yes. Master program. Yes. And just put a breakpoint to check whether it is triggering or not. Activate it.
Just one second. I think there was a spelling mistake in the previous screen.
It's
For the
spelling.
variable name. Correct. Employee
Yeah.
tab.
Okay, so activate it. Go back. Go in the module. There activate the main program. And let's check it out. Right click, execute. F1. Yes, it is hitting. That's perfectly fine. So it's hitting. We just need to call the FM and bind it. So pattern help object. So okay, what is happening here? Why this screen is stopped? What is happening to it? Wait a second. Let's reload it. Let's relog it. Something. Something is happening. What is happened this? Okay. Let's go for pattern. What is this program? I believe there is some problem with the system. Okay. Let me just cancel it and reopen it. Something, there's lots of problem. Can you see? Some standard thing is happening. Okay, let's reopen it. I believe some system default error is. Okay, go back. Release the log first. Change. So let's try to call it now. Go there. Below. Okay, let's say I'm calling the function module. Call function help object. So object underscore so control space. Yeah, it is there. I need here document class name. Okay, I just need here document class name. What was the name of my document class? Let's go and check from SA61. SA61. This is my document class. For general text, we have, what is the text? TX is the document class. Let's bring and pass it here. TX. TX. And what was the name of the document that we had? The name of the document that we created, Z employee data, copy it, come here and pass it. Document name. Perfect. I think this tables is of no use. Let's try activate. Okay, activate it. Execute. A window. F1. See, right? Whatever data we have written, it is getting displayed. F1, F4. Same to same. You can try in our classical report also. Logic is just same. We just need this function module there. We just need this function module there. This is all about your module pool programming. Using this, how SAP has designed everything here. If you want to design radio buttons, you can go to this layout. You can go to this layout and you can design radio buttons also. Let's say I'm naming it R1. I will name it R2. R2. Radio button grouping them is mandatory, so I'll group them together. Edit grouping radio button, define. Yeah, save. Go back. Now you can declare this. What is happening today with this system? Okay, there is some problem with the system, I believe. So now activate and check it. Execute, new window. See, radio buttons. We don't have written any text there, that is why no text is coming. But everything is fine. Okay. So this is all about your module pool programming.